So I thought I'd just share with you some of my own journey of expanding my movement as I recovered from chronic fatigue syndrome. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, I had CFS for 5 years from the age of 19 to 24. I'm now 41, so it's been a long time since I've been healthy. And in terms of my own journey of recovery, I began probably with things like mainly sort of restorative yoga early on. I feel like that was helpful. And then later on, as I started to get better a few years in, I was regularly going swimming, but just starting out with a really small number of lengths and gradually building up. And and dance as well. I started doing 5 rhythms practice and gradually expanding my movement through dance as well, and confidence in my body again. And there were times, where I was, had to be in bed or lay on the sofa in my worst of the condition, and was very much housebound at times. So, I was really quite ill at times. But movement, certainly keeping up with some movement from early on and gradually expanding movement as I was restoring my energy and my health, I really feel was an important part of fully recovering. And I was quite determined to get, to be able to let go completely of any labels of having chronic fatigue, and to get to the point where I could run even, and I went on to run half marathons. But at first, when I first got pretty much fully better, I noticed there was quite a lot of fear about expanding. There was excitement about it, but there was also fear that I could make myself worse. And for instance, I started doing some running a few months after getting fully better, but would only run for 20 minutes tops and would get scared beyond that. And then one time I was out for my run with my dad in the Peak District near Sheffield, and he just was like, just keep going, why don't we just keep going? And I just felt this sense of, yeah, okay, it's safe, and not to go with the fear and just to trust my body. And I was fine, and it was just it was one of those moments of expansion and starting to trust my body again. And then I went on to train to run a few half marathons over many years, and to really enjoy running for many years. And movement's still important to me today, and you really can get to that point where you can move your body freely and safely and feel confident in your body again and trust your body again, because it's hard. It take time to build up that trust when you've been unwell. And sometimes as well, when we might have got unwell partly because of over exercising or overdoing it. There are cases of athletes or people who do a lot of exercise getting unwell. It's very, very, very fit, but it's that partly about too much pushing that actually was one of the factors that led to the condition. So it's really being mindful of not overdoing it too, actually, and having it in balance. So although I love movement today and I loved getting to the point of running a few half marathons, I wanted to run a marathon, and then in a way I actually haven't I haven't kept that up. I haven't kept up lots of running. I think partly because not because I'm afraid of getting unwell, but simply because there's not that need to prove anything anymore. I think the half a marathon was enough to prove that I was fully well, basically. Maybe at some point I will run a marathon, but as a busy working mother, it's not something that I want to prioritise at this point in my life. So anyway, that's just a bit going on about movement now. But if you want to hear more from me, make sure you subscribe to my channel, sign up to my newsletters on my website. You'll find the details below. And it'd be great to welcome you to an upcoming workshop on this. Safe to Move, depending on when you're listening to this recording. We do have one on the 29th of January 2024, and we will be doing it again in the future as well. So wishing you health, wellness and safety in movement, safety and joy in movement today and all days.